well this morning. Hope you are also.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so
Let's go. As the people would say.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, it's been a while now. I've not seen you guys around.
okay, so
Thank you for being here.
Okay.
Happy New Year as well.
so do you care introducing yourself for the benefit of our followers?
Yes. I am Wollor Topor. Already in the same year we are sitting in. I went to St. Francis School just across the road. After completing St. Francis School, I went to Monrovia, where I attended the University of Liberia, and I was able to get my BSc in 1982. And then I worked for the Trauma Leprosy Relief through the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare. Then came the war. I had to flee to Ghana. And then in Ghana, I was able to organize the community-based organization called Help Society. Those that were in Ghana with me can attest to my work in rural community development, especially the refugee camp. And there where I got to know that there's a special need for Liberia. So I had an opportunity to travel. I went to the Philippines where I did, rural development with emphasis in education. And after I got through, we were still fighting back then. So I decided to enroll at the Central Luzon State University. So in 2005, I was able to get my PhD. And I came home as a top 10 scholar. Top 10 scholar is UN spotting you and say, look, you can go and contribute to your country. So I came home and I contributed by serving as the first consultant at the Land Commissioner, Governor Commissioner for land, specialized in land. And then from there, I was able to be sent to the University of Liberia, where I was told to revise the curriculum for the agriculture college, which I did. And from there, Dr. Emma Dennis, may his soul rest in peace, felt that I was capable of portraying Science College, which was falling apart. They have less than 200 students, but after I went in there, I instructed more than 1,000 students. And today, Science College is one of the best colleges they can boast of. Then after I served, I decided to go and join my wife because she was also here. She served for 5 years at the medical college, where she came to set up the college through a World Bank operation. And then the country needed her back, so she went. So I went to visit her, and we're trying to push fishery, the ministry, how they call it, national fishery to do. So agency. So the University of Philistine bid for it. But you see that the same thing we're talking in Liberia. A whole lot of things went wrong, which I don't want to explain. And so I got a little bit pissed. I said, well, let me do fishery, marine affairs. So I got another master's degree from the University of Philippines, where I did master's marine affairs. While there, Dr. Elizabeth Russell sent for me, needed to come to head the College of Agriculture. And then I came, and I'm here now, where I serve as a dean at the college until 2 years back when they removed me. Because after all, college deanship is rotational. It's just here when they appoint you, you think you should stay there for life. It's not a lifetime job. From where I went to school, you can stay there for the first term, the second term when they go like you, after that they move you. So I'm not so pissed with not being the dean of the college. But you see, again, the university, Topor University, I'm very sad indeed that Dr. Edward did not know how to go about the college. For example, I'm one of the persons that are raising the issue. You have been operating for 10 years now. How do you measure your success? Because your success should be measured by the number of students you put out and their specific job they are doing based on your training you provide.
Okay.
And then if you know that the people you train are not in specific fees, that means that you should revise your curriculum to a market-driven one. Because after all, you train a person for a job. It's not for passion. You see, many persons walking around here, I got BSc, I get a job. Mainly in agriculture college, you see people graduating from agriculture college that teachers. 75% of them are teachers. It's not supposed to be like that. Why they didn't go in the teaching profession? And these are some of the things as we talk on, we'll be discussing. What making me to contest the senatorial position?
Okay, Dad. Many thanks for that clear
Okay.
introduction.
Okay,
So,
now you are seeking the senatorial seat in Maryland County. What's your standpoint right now?
I got all reason to contest for the senatorial position. The reason is simple. Firstly, if you get up, you myself, as you woke up today, who was your thinking? How to replenish your energy you're using? But do we have anybody talking for agriculture? Agriculture were basically nowhere. Were exposed during the war, where Elizabeth Blum said we're eating wild roots. Plant cabbage and things. We're calling it wild roots. And you understand? That was our first exposure. The second exposure came through this thing here, how they call it, Ebola.
Okay.
When Ebola came, we were looking for food all over. Our next exposure came during the Corona. Now, the next one that came was we lied to each other, say, rest in the free port, rest not to the free port, rest coming next week. So it means that there's a need to start concentrating because there's a need for us to start concentrating on our food consumption, you know. And this is the reason. Look at the 103 lawmakers in the House. None of them can put agriculture on the table. And if you look at my work that I've been doing, if you Google my name now, you will see a whole lot of research I've been doing on library shelves. It's not supposed to be like that. Those research should be, practicalized. So these are the reasons why I'm going. And I got a formula to make Liberia self-sufficiently in less than 4 years. If I can lobby for the horse to go according to my design I have for self-sufficiency, in 4 years' time food will be plenty here.
okay, that you just talk a lot about what you're going to do if you ascend to the senatorial position of our county, Maryland County. So we'd like to know, you've been contesting not just one time. So we'd like to know what have been some of your challenges in the process of which you haven't been, successful in the process since you've been contesting as senator in this county. What have been some of your challenges in the process of which you weren't being opportune to ascend to that level?
For the point of correction, this is my second time going as a senatorial candidate. I went as a representative candidate in 2017, and I came 4 out of 10. And the reason was simple. I came in 2015 and 2017 we were going to election. So it was very hard to prepare myself within a year, and knowing that people is an area that is traditionally, ethnically connected. It was very hard. I left from here ever since. And for me coming back in 1 year to say I want to be a representative, it was difficult. So I can contribute that my loss to that particular situation. Then came 2020. 2020, yes, I have stayed over a long period of time here for the people to have known me. But you see, the formula our politicians use is very bad, and I don't believe in it. I can't support that, it's not that I want to be senator, so I can do any by hook and crook. I should do anything to become senator like what others did, I feel that the people are not getting to understand me. Actually, I bet if you are journalists, if you do journalistic investigation, out of 10 person you ask in the street, in people specifically, they see 8 will tell you say that Wollor Topor. That's my clear indication that the people are getting to understand me. So where I went wrong, I'm trying to make the correction.
Okay.
One of the corrections that we are making is that we are getting the churches involved for prayer. It's frustrating to run two times, but then the churches came to always specify me. They say there's time for everything, but I can tell you this time is your time.
Okay. Now, can you tell us, sir, what are some of those projects so far you have implemented this gone 2022? Looking at you, people always saying you're such a developmental person when it comes to development in Maryland County. So tell us what have been some of those projects you have implemented so
Thank
far?
you very much. If for project, then I should have been elected. ever since since this time. But it's not about project. And I will quote Bible Brown, and I will also quote uh, uh, Senator Dan Moriah, former Senator Dan Moriah. In broken, Moriah told the people that nowhere among us that contesting, be it now or people who have served, nobody has more projects than Wollor Topor. And Bible Brown at the Atari Sharp, if I may quote him, he said, besides Wollor Topor, nobody get project here again. I was in the Atari Sharp that day. So that tells you that if there were project, just project, but then I would have been a representative or senator. So now we are trying to talk to the people to make them believe that we'll do what they want us to do. So we are applying what they think we should apply. So in essence, our projects are not we are not engaged into project specifically, but we are managing to talk to the people to convince them to get them on our side.
Okay, Doc, you talk about several projects, that you have engaged in. So we'd like to know if you could name just few. I'm sure that
Oh,
other people are interested.
yeah. Go to the city hall.
The city hall.
Yeah, the city hall behind the city hall, the Palava Hall right in the city hall was built by me because I don't just build projects because I want to make projects. I see the need of a project. Whenever the people went to the city hall, they will be standing all in the rain or in the sun when the major is not ready for them. You see that now the Palava Hall is in use, you know, and I can remember a few days Tia Nagbe, Honorable Nagbe Adika, they were the face of the free
Yeah,
Adika.
sure.
You're talking about people city
I'm a
hall, right?
witness.
Yeah,
I'm a witness
yes,
towards that.
yeah,
The ID card was processed
right
right in
there.
that place.
Yes.
So,
And when you look at it again, in front of that hut, you see a well. I saw the woman, people's mother and people's wife toting water to bring it to the city hall. In city hall, you have constant visitation. So you won't tell me, the women will haul water for it. That means the city hall be smelly. So definitely I was able to dig a well and install a hand pump right there in front of that particular place. Then I will give you an example of places that you can reach so quickly. If you look at Plymouth Town, I was wondering when 2017 when I was contesting. For each town went to Plymouth Town, there's nowhere the chief was. They were just somebody would wake up the children from the house for us to go and have meeting. The affair was bad. So I asked them, is it a taboo that the chief doesn't have office? He said, no. I said, okay, I'll build you an office. Today, Plymouth Town can boast about office. Now, if you went to Bolobo, there's no time in Bolobo I didn't tell you something. Bolobo, Cake, and you go there, I build the biggest Palawa house there. If you go to Chiloke, I build an office there for the Panama chief. If you go to Tambo, which happen to be Chico's town, the church was down there after the expansion and also the painting and everything. Then Beseke, a primary school, and we can just name.
now let's go to Harpo also as well. Harpo.
Because Maryland County,
It's not Plebo.
it's not
Yes.
just
But
Plymouth.
I
So
just
let's
want
go
to
to
tell you, say,
Harpo.
Plebo, don't play with Plebo. Plebo is my heart. That's why I was naming Plebo. When you go to
Okay.
Harpo, John Hillary Totman School there. No, let's start from 1212.
Okay.
You know how that 1212 school was looking. That 1212 school business. Emma, hey, that 1212 school business. I was able to ask the former minister, whatnot, that is this how you dress? I saw little children going to school with tie in their neck. So I was wondering, why when I entered the school, they play dusty and everything, no chairs, no cement floor, the building just that kind of way, and they wearing neckties. So I was able to go and renovate that school. Day to day, even though they asked me, they said they wanted me to build a new school. I said, look, we gotta sit down old man to apply the new man. So if you people you like me, I will be able to build a better school for you. And this place how you call John Larry Topman. I went to school. John Larry, I went to school. They invited me to to do installation program, and I tell you, rain was falling that day. Rain was falling. So I asked the principal, Mr. One Reverend Nimle, I asked him, is this how you come to school? He said yes. I said, it was on a Friday. I said, tomorrow, can you let one of your men come? He said, for what? I said, just let him come. And for true, I was able to change this thing down there with plank, change everything, and make one of the block useful. Now, that in Apple City itself, if we go on the outskirts of Apple, like Rocktown, Middletown, I give them a decent building. It's unfortunate that the roof took all that building. What I mentioned, Middletown first for Rocktown, Middletown, Little Rebel, were giving the same amount of money to do some things. Well, Little Rebel will give account of what they did with their money. So be Rocktown will give account. But Middletown impressed me. If you go to a place down, a concrete building is being built, you know, and it's unfortunate that the thing moved back. Say before election, I will build that place. And yesterday they sent message. They said start seeing me a long time, and I think it is true. Now let's cross. Let's cross to Callaway. Callaway, if you want to Callaway, from Buken to how they call it, Biabo. The bridges down there after the concrete bridges, you see bridges all damaged down there. I don't want to repair them. And I always told them, today is stick bridges, but tomorrow you have cement bridges when you elect them, when I should have been elected. And it's unfortunate that I was not elected. And I saw Honorable Brown really walking on those bridges breaking down. You were walking and they were owing stake. I said, look at this. Is this what our people need? You understand? You go to campaign to them, you can't even. I don't even want to bring about Anderson Way talking about Calgary. Anderson Way, I exposed Anderson Way today, and Anderson Way is a living community. I built over 5 schools there, community centers in Anderson Way. That is the reason why nobody can play with Anderson Way. In fact, now Anderson Way is asking me, who are you carrying as representative? Okay. You understand? Okay. So these are all projects. Barobo, we did a lot of youth center we build in Barobo today. I don't know how they put in the development. We finished building a youth center, they want to build another thing that is a youth center. But I'm glad that you're using it for early childhood education, the building and put there.
Okay.
The main things that you talk about several projects, and I went Yoruba Ken. I saw part of Yoruba Ken. I saw your hand work there. You know,
Yoruba Ken, anything there?
Yoruba Ken, as far as you know, after Calocan.
Oh yeah, Yoruba Ken. The bridge in Yoruba Ken. I constructed it. Yeah, I can remember. And I promised the Yoruba Ken people that I was going to build a marketplace. That when the market women cross, because it's an international border, the way they will keep their things. But you see, Yoruba Ken Parliament Chief, they call him Segbe. Mr. Segbe, he has to change his way of doing things. You know, you are an opinion leader, so if you show somebody, don't, you know, our people gotta understand what it means to be a chief. You can't be a paramount chief, then you got 2 tons. I mean, I don't like that kind of thing. So Yoruba Ken, I didn't get any vote there, so to speak, no vote. Then we come to Bacon.
With all the development you carry on so far.
Bacon will interest you. For Bacon, for Barbara Brown to enter Bacon, for that weekend celebration on Calgary Day, I built 3 bridges there. Why? Because I felt comments were from there. And you understand? Okay. Bridges. But when comments came, he carried Chico and he put to Manolu. And he told them to vote for what? To vote for Chico.
Eric Chico.
Yeah. And 76 times 2 voted for Chico. Now, just last year they sent for me to say what they did was wrong. They should have done this. And they have been inviting me, and hopefully this next week will be in Bacon again for the 2nd time. The others are calling for me. So I think to human can make mistake, and somebody make mistake and realize that they have made mistake. You should be able in a position to forgive them. Otherwise, God won't be forgiving us for all the wrong things we have been doing. So I would say Bacon people myself as in good working condition. You know that Senator Brian is from Topor, and the Topor, one of the biggest towns in Topor is Wollor, and he and I will tussle over Wollor. And then I want maybe somebody from Callaway will come across this. The people of Callaway, I want to tell you that don't be afraid. The same way somebody, I don't want to call name, was helping you when somebody died, he provide casket. When you want to go somewhere, he gave you rest, he gave you a cow. I'm in a position to do more than that, where you can raise your own cow, so you don't need to be afraid. Where you can decide, say, they want to eat cow. I'm saying this because each time Callaway call meeting, when certain person don't provide money, that meeting will be postponed. Look at the Callaway, how you call it, Callaway Redemption Day from people. Does your birthday change? No.
No.
Does Independence Day change?
No.
If you say you got Independence Day from Plebo, this particular day, why must you change it? Because Mr. X was not able to supply the rest and the cow. So they don't need to worry. If I win next year, they say they have anything there. In fact, they told me now then we're in for the planning stage. I bless them. And you understand? I'm prepared to do anything for Callaway. Once I'm elected, they don't need to be afraid. This is a special message out to Callaway.
Okay, it's just something just drawn my attention. After the election, were you able to visit all of these towns? You guys,
yes, I did.
Project, so tell them, hey, the election is over, but
let's work together. I did that. That's why I told you that the mistake I made. The thing has got the people mad. I was able to go around and tell them, say, look, people. And
so there is this.
It waits, but it's not finished.
Okay, sir. So there is this speculations around Maryland County that some of them have you have a way of approaching them and it don't go down well with them. Can you speak towards that, sir?
I don't know what you mean unless you can explain further.
Okay. When it comes to engaging the issue, some of them say you go directly to the issue. You don't beat around the bush. You tell them what. If it is black, you tell them black. If it is white, you tell them white. Okay. And which get to them at time.
This is where I want you to note. A scientist becoming a politician is different from a politician who just went and did politics.
Okay.
To scientists, 1 + 1 is 2. No is a law. You can't change to yes.
Okay.
And you understand? Okay. Politician, 2 + 2 can equal 10 because they can lie. They say lying is the hallmark of politician. No. That's why you will always elect a scientist because the man believe in step by step and talking the truth. Now, I come and say, look at Socrates, the father of philosophy. They gave him Jews. Some Jews they gave him, they say, if you don't say this, which was false, we'll kill you. You say, yeah, I better take the Jews and die rather than to talk lie. So if they say I'm talking straight to them, I want to appeal to them. It's my culture of learning. I don't want to lie to anyone. I'll tell you the fact. I'll tell you what I'm going to tell you. And one thing I got to know is, Liberian man, they say, when Liberian man, you will not get him something said. He say, Topor, I want this thing. And then you say, hey man, tell me you can't let Andrew just came and took it. He said, why you let her here? Why my coaches then telling me? I said, but then, no need of doing that. Why you will say no to the person? Why you want to tell them, say, John Brown King and carry it? And you understand? So if that's what they want, we're doing our best to adapt ourselves to what they think. When you're in Rome, you behave like the Romans.
So now you hoping and wishing to adapt to that system.
Well, you got to adapt. Majority is not always right. But once you are in majority, you got to move with the wind.
Okay. Tell us your last word. Tell us your last word.
Last word?
Before coming over the last word, I'm interested in knowing because I understand that lots of people would like to know which party do you represent this time around?
It's a difficult thing.
What makes it difficult?
Because I got over 15,000 in my possession. I will not just go to party bars, going to party sick. Party should be able to run behind the person who has good support base. And now you run behind party. Many parties have approached me.
That sounds so interesting.
Very interesting. It never happened before, but we're happy. Because all along I've been building my support base. Now why should I run to party? I have done that twice. Party never supported me. ANC never supported me. I went all by myself. Then move, never send a handkerchief to me. I did it all by myself. Then why this time now I can commit myself? So if any party is coming, we ask you, where your package? If your package is not satisfactory to us, we're not going with you. So we have not thought on party yet. In fact, there will be a special congress by Team Topor to come together and decide which party will go on.
Okay.
So we'd like to know how connected you are. How connected really you are.
When you say connected, what do you mean?
Like you being around the people. What's the level of relationship, with the people? How related you are with
So
the
what
people?
made you a journalist?
Like we talk about leadership structure.
Yeah.
I follow other politicians. They have leadership structure in other places. Like maybe the towns you want to represent, like Rocktown, like other towns around here.
What's your connection? How's your connection with them?
Well connected. Well connected. The day you have a chance to talk to
Do you have leadership structures in other places you want to represent?
Yes. And you saw one man, you saw Mr. How you call him? Mr. Howard here this morning.
Okay.
Mr. Howard control how many towns? He controlled the whole of European belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then when you go to Rocktown, Middletown, no other towns are controlled by one. It must be there. Then when you go to Callaway, Amos Dorsey controls that. And just like that, you go to Barrow, got three persons within the districts, the three administrative district coordinating.
Do you have any check and balance system to know whether those guys placed in those various communities are doing the right thing in the right time?
Yes. What happened is we first give you a form, you carry around, and that form you are being told to put people who are willing to be with us. After you put that form, new registration is coming. So after that registration, we now collecting the form to establish our database. And then after we collect the database, we check on those who have voter registration. If you don't have voter registration, there's nothing we're going to do with you, because you're not going to be of any benefit to us, because we want voters.
Okay, Dad, your last word. Tell us the last word.
My last word is that people will go out there to register, to enable them to vote. We are coming up with a little sticker like this that will be marking on people's houses, be given to people to go out to vote. And that's the key to the whole election. Getting the people in, getting them to vote.
Tell us your name again, sir.
I'm Wollor Topor. You call me. Sometimes you call that a Wollor Topor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, folks, that was the senatorial aspirant comes 2023. We are already in 2023, gearing towards the specific date set for the election.